Welcome to another fun-filled episode of A&B Sports Media, the podcast. My name's AJ,
and I am Bill.
And we got a
lot.
One. Stayed towards the end for a lot of football stuff and a lot of waiver stuff as well.
Yes. So we're gonna get through our today in sports history, quick updates on F1 and Union, and then we got a lot of UFC to cover real quick. So first and foremost, as I just said, today in sports history, we're going to go all the way back to 1885, because I love going this far back. The highest football score ever recorded in any first-class soccer match. Aberoff, 36-0. Bon Accord in Scotland. Jesus Christ, they went full Braveheart on that.
Holy shit.
And then we are going to go right to 1895 because Annie Kopchovsky arrives in Chicago to compete first round the world trip by a woman on bicycle in 15 months and collects her 10 grand prize. Woo. That's pretty lit, can't lie. Hang on, I will call you back. And then we're going to go right over to 1914. We're going to go all old ones this time. Actually, no. I lied. We're going to change it real quick. 1924, International Lawn Tennis Challenge, Philadelphia, PA. Bill Johnson and Bill Tilden clinched the U.S. fifth straight title, beating Australians Pat O'Hara Wood and Gerald Patterson 5-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-1, and 3-0 lead. Ends in 5-0.
God damn.
Yeah, I only picked that one at the last second because I saw Philadelphia.
Go Philly.
Yep. All right, going on, just a note for Formula One, it's back in action this weekend. That is the Singapore Grand Prix, Sunday, September 17th at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can watch it on ESPN. Go nuts. Unfortunately, since we record on a Tuesday, I really can't talk about what's going on. So assume Max is going to win. Sergio Perez is either going to get second or something else because he's usually dead last during the qualifying and then races back. And then Fernando Alonso is either P2 or P3. And then maybe Lando Norris shows up somewhere. Otherwise, Lance Stroll, you're in dead last. I don't like you. Moving on. We got the Union playing on Saturday on the 16th. They took off the last week on a bye week. They will be playing against Cincinnati, the top seed in the Eastern Conference. Woo. Philadelphia is still standing at fourth in the Eastern Conference with 46 points in total. They're right under Orlando City with 47 and right above Columbus with 45. This is a big match to go to. If only other people wanted to go with me, I would have had tickets to go with, and that is not a jab to you. It is a jab to everyone. Because nobody loves me.
No, we don't.
I know.
We just tolerate you.
I know. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to predict a 3-1 game for Philadelphia. And we're now going to get into the big things. I'm going to go out of order. I'm going to do the card that's coming up this weekend, and then I'm going to go back to the card that happened last weekend because that's bigger. We have actually a UFC fight night, Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 2. This is actually a title fight. This will be taking place in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on Saturday, September 16th at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, most of these fighters are up-and-coming fighters or anything like that. But again, for free, you can actually watch a title fight. I'm only going to focus on the top three of the main card for this little bit. I don't really have to worry about anyone else at this time. First and foremost, in the bantamweight division. I'm sorry, I went too far down. Bantamweight bout, you have Raul Rosas Jr. versus Terrence Mitchell. Raul Rosas is the current youngest fighter in the UFC. He is currently on a 1-1 streak, not even a streak, 1-1 record right now inside the UFC. He won his first fight, lost his second fight, and he'll be fighting Terrence Mitchell who is at 15-3 and also coming off a loss. Raul has a lot to learn from that previous fight. He couldn't just trust his ground game. He couldn't just trust everything that he did. He needs to develop more. Hopefully between that previous fight and now again who he's fighting Terrence Mitchell, he has learned a lot and will develop and overcome and get a victory. I would say, if anything, he would win by decision, if not submission because of his great ground game. Moving on from that, we have an absolute hell of a fight coming up in the welterweight division. You have Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena.
Both minus odds.
Both minus odds because they're both fantastic strikers. They're both ground people. That is overall a hell of a fight. You have Kevin Holland, who is ranked 13th in the welterweight and Jack in the 14th, so it is going to be close as it is. Kevin Holland is currently coming off a win. He's currently 25-9. Jack Della is 14-2. I'm giving this one to Kevin straight up. Kevin is a hell of a striker. He does have some great ground game if needed. Jack Della is not somebody I wouldn't disagree with if he won either. Also a hell of a striker. Also great offensive fighter whatsoever. I'm still going to go with Kevin with his a little bit extra range that he has. He has an 81 reach compared to Jack's 73. I would take Kevin Holland by knockout. Last but not least, we have the women's flyweight title bout. We have Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko 2. Shockingly enough, the champion has the underdog odds at plus 130. There we go. Granddad yelling in the background. I love it. Alexa Grasso is 16-3, while Valentina is 23-4. This is an immediate rematch from the previous fight where Valentina did look like she was winning the majority of the fight and then did one kick, then she spun, and Alexa took that moment, mounted her from the back, and choked her ass out.
They're pretty much the same fighter.
They are.
5'5", both
Yep.
the exact same weight at 124.50.
Yep, reach is about the same, leg reach is about the same.
That's crazy.
This is going to be a test on who improved more since the last fight. Alexa was practicing certain moves in certain situations that gave her that submission win over Valentina. Valentina overall, though, looked like the better striker that day, or fighter that day.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean Alexa did not stop training at this point. She is definitely keeping it up. I have a feeling Alexa may come back and win again, but Valentina is just as strong. Honestly, it's a dead heat for me on this one, but for the odds, I would take Alexa at the plus 130.
Agreed.
Okay, so now we're going to go over last weekend. And holy shit, what a card from Down Under. This was UFC 293, Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. This was on Saturday, September 9th at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at the Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney Olympic Park, Australia. I'm not going to go through everything, but just a note, a lot of Aussies did win their fights, but not everyone did, which is a shame. First and foremost, just going from the early prelims real fast and real quick, Jamie Malarkey won a very controversial unanimous decision against John McDessie. I think that was incorrect. I think, if anything, a split decision. If not, John could have took it because he got John knocked down Jamie Malarkey, I think, in the second round and really kept up the pressure. That one is up in the air. Not sure how I feel about it. It is what it is. Secondly, up in the featherweight division, Jack Jenkins versus Chepe Marscal. Unfortunately, with Jack Jenkins, he got taken down and his elbow popped out. Ooh. So, instant KO in the second round at 3 minutes and 19 seconds. Now at the main prelim, this was the one I was focused on, Carlos Ulberg versus Da Woon Jung. This was supposed to be another quick turnaround for Carlos, but this turned into 3 rounds of fucking war. Da Woon Jung, God help him. He is a fucking brick. Everything that he got hit by, he just took. He didn't get knocked out, and Carlos had to go 3 rounds, which he never did, and you could see the exhaustion wear on him. But we also got to finally see him survive 3 rounds, get some ground game, and even get a submission at the last minute. I do mean that. Literally at 4 minutes and 49 seconds. So there was literally 11 seconds left on the clock. He gets the tap. The thing is with that, though, what in reality happened live, the clock ran out, and then they did a second review and found out the dude tapped. The way the camera angle was and the ref was looking at him, he couldn't see him actually tap. So he passed out. So that's early prelims. Congrats to Carlos Ulberg for winning. He called out Dominic Reyes, which is a ranked light heavyweight fighter. Kind of a layup for him, I think. Reyes has been on the decline. But I think it'll be a good challenge for him to at least get into the top 10 of the light heavyweight division. Okay, so now we have the main card. This card, in general, was fan-fucking-tastic. First and foremost, Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj, a.k.a. The Pleasure Man. Oh. That is literally his nickname, and Tyson's like, I don't know how to make fun of him.
Why?
Swedish people, I don't know. He's from Sweden, the dad liked it and called him The Pleasure Man.
Goddamn
I don't know.
Swedes.
I don't know. Anyway, first round, Tyson beat the shit out of him and knocked him out.
Oh, my God.
Literally, instantly, couple strikes, 1-2s were clean and knocked his ass out on the ground. He had no idea what was going on. And then he pulled off the sickest, most badass emote on somebody after he knocked him out. He stood up straight, pulled out a katana, fake, and then sliced him down, cleaned the blade, and put it down, bowed, and walked off. It was amazing.
It's so badass.
All right, moving on to the second heavyweight bout of this card. We had Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. This was the one that was remade after Austin Lane pulled an eye poke on Justin Tafa the first fight. Funny enough, 30 seconds into the second fight, there was another potential eye poke against Justin Tafa because Austin Lane reached out his hand too far. So Justin was pissed. He basically stalked him down, found a moment, went overhand right, dropped his ass. And what he learned from last time, not the previous fight with Austin Lane, in order to get the $50K bonus, it is to continue to fuck this person up to make sure you get the money instead of the walk-off KO. So he then grounds and pounds and beats the shit out of him at 1 minute and 22 seconds of the first round. He does get the $50K bonus, and Justin Tafa is now, I think he is, 9-1 or 9-3? 9-3. I'm gonna go with 9-3. Nope, 7-3. I'm sorry. He's still gonna fight unranked opponents. He has a long way to go before he goes in even to the top 15. But we love Justin Tafa. We love, Justin Tafa and his brother. Anyway, we're gonna move on into the flyweights. This was wild. This one, Manuel Cape versus Felipe Dos Santos. This guy, Felipe Dos Santos, came in at the last minute to fight the ranked 10 flyweight of the world. This dude is unranked. He's untested. We just saw what happened. And for fucking 3 rounds, it was magnificent. This kid showed heart, showed determination, and showed that he should be in the top 15. He won. He did lose via decision, yes. But he put it to him, stunned him, fought back. Even though he got knocked down, he got up because he also just didn't stop. He knew he had to make a show out of this.
Okay.
He has been well received by everyone. Even Manel is just like, all right, I get it. This dude is worth the time.
Yeah.
Felipe also trains with Charles Oliveira, the current ranked one. I think he's ranked 1 of the lightweight division and currently going to fight for the belt soon. So he knows what he's doing. Now, Manel was really pissed off that he won. Not that he won, but he was pissed off he couldn't fight the number 5 flyweight in the world, Kai Kara France, who he cursed out during the media day, cursed out Izzy, his teammate, and then continued to curse him out after he won. And here's the problem, and I have to be very careful on how I word this now. He went off, cursed him out, and then said some very vulgar slurs afterwards that Daniel Cormier, the announcer, pulled the mic from him right then and there.
Smart.
I will not say what word it is. You can go look it up and figure it out yourself. But funny enough, in the post-fight interview, when they get to him again, he says it again on him.
Oh, my God.
He didn't learn. All right, 2 more fights. The heavyweight division, co-main, Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. This one hurt. Tai has a long way to go. Tai, unfortunately, he needs more training. He needs more discipline. And what I mean by discipline, I don't mean like him like outside of the ring. I mean inside of the ring. Unfortunately, Alexander Volkov showed up with impeccable striking. He used his range. He used everything that Tai doesn't fully know how to use yet. He was using a leg kick to try to chop down Alexander, which makes sense because he's super tall. But unfortunately couldn't get in too well and got blasted up pretty good.
Yeah.
He did get taken down. He did get submitted. He got submitted by something known as an Ezekiel choke, which Alexander Volkov is one of 3 people that have ever done that choke in the UFC. It's a very rare choke that doesn't happen often, so getting that done is pretty impressive. He did not get, though, a $50K bonus for that, and I don't understand why, but at the same time, it was really kind of a one-sided fight. I feel bad. I need Tai to go back to the drawing board, continue training. He's not done. I think he needs to fight down even more. Maybe number 15, number 14. Fight DeLima again. Throw a giant knee at him like Derek Lewis did, because he's currently on the same trajectory as how Derek Lewis was. He won his big fight, got all the way up there, lost 2, and now he's currently where Derek Lewis just was when he just got his sweet-ass knockout. So hopefully Ty can do the same.
Yeah, this fight was severely one-sided.
It was.
Alexander Volkov had 107 total strikes to Ty's 30.
Yep, it was not pretty. Not pretty at all. So, I told AJ I was going to sit and go off on this one, and I am. I'm talking about the main event, Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. And I actually had to go back and review what I said last week to make sure if I was right, wrong, do I need to apologize? And I kind of need to apologize because I guessed the wrong thing. I said Izzy in knockout by round 2. That did not happen. I said Sean may have a chance in hell, but it turns out he brought hell to the UFC. Sean Strickland won via unanimous decision, 49-46. What that means is every round is scored out of 10 points. So if you were to win all 5 rounds, you would win 50. You would get 50. He got a 49, meaning that he won 4 of the 5 rounds decisively. I was shocked when he won. Not in the sense of like, oh my God, he's doing it. I was more shocked in an Izzy, what the fuck happened to you? Izzy got exposed. And I know not many people are going to understand or believe it, but he did. Izzy got beat up by a counter puncher he's a counter striker that got countered by a counter striker with discipline. Sean Strickland knew exactly what his game plan was. Keep the pressure on, put Izzy on the back foot, and anytime he throws back. The thing with Strickland, too, if you watch the entire fight, through any punch kick that went towards him, he blocked, he checked the kicks, he was unstoppable. Just a note, when it comes to strikes, he outstruck Izzy from 137 strikes to 94. Overall, a big-ass percentile difference. 53% of those strikes landed, whereas only 35 landed for Izzy. Every leg kick was checked. Every punch was either slipped, blocked, whatever. And in the first round, Sean threw a hell of a right cross and dropped the champion for the first time in his career. The first recorded knockdown for Israel Adesanya. And then got beat up the rest of the round, and then I think was too timid to continue. He could not ever make forward pressure. He never led with an offense. He was waiting for Strickland to throw something, and if he did, Strickland was ready to continue it. He was countered by somebody that just was ready to beat him. Izzy, after the fight, left the ring, went and had his manager do the post-fight interview, which is not normal, and we really haven't heard much from him yet. I gotta say this, and this is nothing against Izzy, but I am so glad that this happened because it now shakes up the middleweight division again. Unfortunately, Dana White wants to do an immediate rematch. I do not think that is the best idea. I think you should have Sean Strickland versus Dricus Du Plessis. Have them two fight. Have Izzy fight whoever wins against Paulo Costa and Khamzat Chimaev. And then they will fight the champion after that, whoever it is. But give Strickland the chance to defend his belt against somebody else, to have that ultimate, to have him prove that he is the middleweight champion. And I will not say that Strickland is just the ranked 5 seed that he was. No, if you're in the UFC, you're in the top 5, you're one of the baddest motherfuckers that there are. So, God bless you to Sean Strickland. He won over the Australian people. He won over everyone's hearts slowly during the fight. I am incredibly happy for him and hope to see more from him as his career goes on.
I've never seen Izzy like this.
No.
He was on his back foot the whole fight.
He was. And normally he plays like that too.
But it was a different type.
It wasn't
like he was sitting
scared.
Waiting. He was sitting like, I can't get a foot.
He couldn't get a read.
Yeah.
He couldn't, because, just using Whitaker as an example, the way Whitaker fought, Izzy knew how to counter him in certain points. because Strickland literally shut down every available weapon in Izzy's kit, he didn't know what to do. Izzy doesn't have ground game, though. Izzy doesn't do takedowns. Izzy doesn't have clinch work. He's a kickboxer through and through. And he got beat up by a guy that throws a 1, a 2, a left, teep kick, if best, if not a body kick. He overall got dismantled. And the thing is, now that people know that, they will take advantage of it.
Yep. I mean, when you're top 5, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But
And I'm all good.
yeah, it was when I heard the news, you told me that. You were like, Izzy lost. I was like, you lied to me.
No. I wish I put money on Strickland. I didn't do it because I was like, it's not a safe bet.
No, hell
but
no.
that is one. The
I
second.
was so confident Izzy wasn't going to have this.
That's the second biggest upset in UFC history. I think the first one's the Julia Pena fight. The one,
really?
Yeah, with the largest odds upset.
Yeah, plus 440, like.
Yeah. Julia Pena was plus 650.
Really?
Yeah, you took a bet, didn't you? You did.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
That's
Poirier. I thought it was Poirier.
No. Your Juliana Pena is the one that beat. What's the lady that just retired too? Really big, scary lady. Amanda Nunes.
Oh, that's
because we were watching and we were like, oh my
yeah.
God, history is happening.
And I'm sitting here like, I won money, bitches.
Yep. No.
But, yeah, moving on from the UFC, as crazy as that shit was, we'll kind of go into a little bit of baseball before we get into the football world. And I love this stat heavily because he was touted as not really that big of a defensive player. But, here we are where he's the only remaining qualified player in the National League to not have made an error. Can you guess who it is?
Nick Castellanos.
You're goddamn right. It's Nicholas Castellanos. That man.
I totally guessed that and didn't look over when you were reading your notes.
You're a cheater.
You showed me your notes.
Yeah, but I didn't expect you to actually read my notes.
Did read your notes.
But, yeah, he's the only player in the NL that hasn't made an error.
Yeah.
The only player. That's absurd.
It is.
We're at the end of the season. This is it.
That's great.
I think we have about 18 games left in the series.
Okay.
Season. So that's a lot of games where this man has just been on par, and he came into Philly as a hitter, not known as not that great of a defensive mind. So that stat blew my mind. But on another mind-blowing stat, this isn't the only time he's done it, but this is the most recent where the game's been on the line and he steps up. Bryce Harper is him in every sense. This man is just one of the most clutch hitters I've ever seen in the sport of baseball.
Yeah.
He actually, yesterday, on the first...
the doubleheader.
Yeah, on the doubleheader, the first game, they were down 2 runs. Bryce Harper, bottom of the 9th, has to hit a home run to tie it. He does. On the very first pitch. A while ago before that, too, with the Angels, it was bottom of the 8th. They were down 1 run, 2 men on base. He hits a home run, gets up 9-8. They're looking good. And then the Giants, bottom of the 9th again, down 2 runs, man on base, hits a home run, ties up the game, bottom of the 9th. Can you tell me why all of the 3 of those games have been said? What makes it? What brings them together?
For the wild card?
No. Phillies lost all 3 of those games.
I was going to say, I know the Braves one they lost because I was watching it.
The bullpen literally gives it up the next inning on every single game.
What a shame.
Imagine having one of the most clutch hitters in baseball and immediately throwing it away the next half inning.
Oh, my God.
I thought that was such a funny thing.
It is.
That thank God I'm on Philly Twitter because I honestly would have probably just repressed that and not even want to bring that up. But I saw that and I was like, that's ridiculous. But moving on from that, they're actually playing right now against the Braves.
Yeah, it's 0-0. I just checked.
And 0-0. Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber have been absolutely on fire.
Kyle Schwarber now has a batting average of .200. It may have changed by yesterday.
Oh, it was .201 the first game.
Oh, okay, .201. How about that?
But so Schwarber and Trey Turner since August 1st have led the league in home runs. which is crazy to me. But Kyle Schwarber, he doesn't care. He's your stereotypical, like, big boy. He's hitting a home run or he's striking out. And actually, I kind of want to look this up while I'm rambling. I want to see our walk leaders because there was this, where is it? He was also known to, it's literally a home run, strikeout, or a walk. For some reason, they're not giving me walks. I'll look this up later because I'm pretty sure he's actually in the top 6. But they're on fire. Trey Turner, ever since the ovation, has been popping off.
Yeah, he's ready.
That's the thing with just actual players is when a team shows you, when not a team, when a fan base shows that they're behind you and they want you to succeed, and shows you that you've been kicking butt in practice and stuff like that. Now just transfer it. You can fucking do anything, dude. It's crazy. But moving on to football, actually. Week 1 passed, and honestly, it was a very low-scoring Week 1, but a lot of fun games.
A lot of crazy games.
Unfortunately, a lot of injuries, too, so I'll kind of speed run those.
Yeah.
This is especially for a lot of fantasy implications. Deontay Johnson, expected to be sidelined for a few weeks due to a hamstring injury. Deontay Johnson's had a tumultuous career. He's touted as one of the best wide receivers, and even I think he is. But for some reason, the past few years, he got a lot of the targets, but Kenny Pickett just wasn't really throwing well to him. This game, he was looking to do pretty well, but then obviously gets a hamstring injury. So hopefully when he comes back, he can get back on that elite status wide receiver. Aaron Jones on Green Bay is also uncertain. Well, he's uncertain with a hamstring injury. They're monitoring it. They haven't ruled him out, but they also haven't ruled him in either. Austin Eckler, during the game, if you were watching a little bit, you kind of saw that he kind of was running a little bit weird towards the third quarter, hobbing a little bit, and actually I think pretty much came out towards the end. He's actually dealing with an ankle injury, and he is also uncertain. All these have implications to the waiver wire, so please stick around to the end for that. Jacoby Myers, who had a monster week last week, he actually had 2 touchdowns with his new team. He is in concussion protocol, so looking to monitor that. With how hard he got smacked coming across the center of the field, with how hard he got hit, I highly doubt he plays this week.
Yeah.
But worth monitoring. And then the 2 brutal injuries that hit the league, and everyone became extremely sad because you don't want your elite people to go out of this, especially week 1. J.K. Dobbins is out with an Achilles tear.
Oof.
And that's one of the bigger ones too, because he's been injured every single year, but he has one of those elite skill sets where if he stayed healthy, he would be top 5 running back consistently, but his body keeps letting him down.
Body can't handle the
and it's looking like this will be his last year with
Probably.
the Ravens. We'll see if any other team gives him a chance, but I mean, with every single year you've been in the league, it's serious injuries too, like ACLs, Achilles, all that kind of stuff. So that sucks to see. But I hope he gets another chance, and I hope his body doesn't let him down. But we'll see about that.
Yeah.
And the big one that actually happened yesterday on Monday.
Oh my God.
Within 4 plays, and I was sitting next to a Jets fan while this happened, and I saw this man's livelihood just crumble. This man was so excited and immediately hated life right afterwards.
The amount of you saw the 7 stages of grief.
It was immediately.
Minus the acceptance, that's still not there.
Well, we accepted it,
Yeah,
but Aaron Rodgers is out for the season as well with an Achilles tear.
Yep.
I think he only had 3 passing plays.
3 passing plays.
And it was 4 plays in total. There's a lot of controversy because MetLife is very well known to have turf and a very shitty turf field, and constantly players are like, we don't want to play on turf fields, because you don't really get a lot of leeway with it. It's just a lot of stuff. Darius Slay actually came out and said that it sucks for him, especially being a new team, New Jersey, and he was like, it's well known that MetLife needs to get a grass field, so it's just a shame because the Jets were the team to watch.
Yeah.
And you know what? Zach Wilson's him.
He did it.
He
kind of did it.
He was there.
He was there.
He threw to him, but
he threw.
Zach Wilson's him. I'm going to keep saying this for the whole season. We'll see if I'm right. I probably won't be, but you know what? I believe in.
The Jets should also thank their kicker.
And the MILF lover, right. Zach Wilson. But a cool story, not a cool story, but a funny story in my opinion, that came out. There was a bar in Wisconsin. Did you hear about this?
No.
There was a bar in Wisconsin that they were airing the Jets versus the Bills. And if the Jets won, free drinks for everybody.
Oh, shit.
So after the fourth play when Aaron Rodgers got hit, he popped his Achilles, what do you think everyone started to do?
Left.
No.
Drink more?
They started to rack up tabs.
Oh,
and they
God.
were drinking and drinking and drinking, having a great time, and that slow subtilization realization that Josh Allen is throwing this game away.
So wait, they needed to win to get free drinks,
The Jets needed to lose
to
get free drinks.
That sucks.
And the Jets pulled it out at the last second, meaning that all of those people
that bar was sweating.
I'll see if I can find it on Twitter again.
The cheese curd.
But there was it showed you people originally all happy and stuff, and then it goes live and people are just hand over mouth and everything like that. But hey, that bar made a lot of money. Good for them.
Good for them. Great business tactic.
And another thing that I learned, there are two things I learned from that game. One, Breece Hall, man.
Yes.
That man is elite.
Yes, he is.
Absurdly elite. And Garrett Wilson's a fucking cheat code.
Yes, he is. He ran through everyone that last, what's it called, for the return.
No, that wasn't Garrett Wilson.
Was that Gibson?
Garrett Wilson was the man who literally backhanded a ball away from the defender and then snagged it.
You're right.
A literal cheat. I've never seen a worse ball thrown turn into a touchdown like that. Most of the time you moss it, not literally grab it backhand from a person's face. But, man, he's going to be elite. If he was with Aaron Rodgers this year, he was going to break a lot of records.
Well, he isn't now. But he has him, Zach Wilson.
The whole reason they were even in that position is because Josh Allen just was terrible.
Yeah, three interceptions, right?
He had 3 interceptions and a fumble. He had 4 turnovers in general. And when it comes to fantasy, Josh Allen's failed to reach 10.5 fantasy points from a purely passing perspective.
I know.
Hold on. Just 3 times since last season.
Great.
Can you tell me who those 3 opponents were?
The Eagles.
No.
Damn it. Cincinnati.
No.
Damn it. The Jets.
Yes, the Jets. All 3 times.
Oh, was it really?
All 3 times. That man just, when he plays the Jets, he just falls apart.
That's like Boston Scott against the Giants.
Yeah, exactly. Boston Scott's a giant killer, but, Josh Allen hates Jets.
Yeah.
He's also 0-5 in overtime.
Jesus.
This man I still think, is touted as an elite, quarterback, but,
Yeah, but he can't keep playing at the Jets.
I think what he's doing now is he is relying heavily on his skill set, and he's a gunslinger, so he's going to let it rip.
Yeah.
But I think what he's doing is he's letting it rip too frivolously to the point where, you need to really, reel it back sometimes. It's cool, let it loose every now and again, see if you can get that play, but it's Carson Wentz did this, but his body couldn't handle it.
True.
Josh Allen's body is fully handling it, but it's still the same exact thought process. So we'll see if he can clean those things up. But recently he's been turnover prone. That's not good.
Yeah, it ain't good.
On other end though, I thought this was really cool. So Jordan Addison, he's a rookie for the Vikings.
Yeah.
He was the fastest Viking this week, and he reached 19.33 miles per hour.
Holy shit, that's too fast.
Keep in mind, when Breece Hall made that huge run, that 80-yard run, he reached 20.05.
Oh, my God.
So he was almost just as fast, and he's also averaging 2.9 yards of separation per route. That's more than Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, and A.J. Brown. Those are elite wide receivers, and this is a rookie doing that. That's
impressive, yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. So, and especially he'll be learning from Justin Jefferson, who is arguably the best wide receiver in the league right now, and he's on a pass happy offense. That kid's going to break some records, and I'm excited to see what he does. There's actually a little conspiracy theory for you, Bill.
What's that?
So you know how San Francisco came in and just absolutely demolished the Steelers?
Yes.
30-7, yeah. So there was a video, obviously people go through it back, that showed Kenny Pickett when he got sacked, like a Tua slam, like slammed right into the ground, back of the head.
Yeah.
So people think that he was concussed.
Oh God, no.
For a majority of that game, and that's why, because like he looked off.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't like off like Tua was falling down like the field, but he just making some really dumb decisions, like just not looking like Kenny Pickett we saw like towards the end of last season. So that's a little controversy or a little speculation.
The NFL script is wild this year already.
Bro, if there was a script, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have popped his fucking Achilles.
No, that was totally a part of the script.
Then Zach Wilson would have popped off. That's a cooler script.
Nah. They want the slow burn for the Jets this year.
Yeah, I mean, once they signed Dalvin Cook, I immediately had a bad feeling, but I didn't expect it to be Aaron Rodgers popping his fucking Achilles. Another cool stat that I found, this will lead right into our birds of old. Since 2021, the QBs with the highest win percentage I have the top 3. Can you guess who they are?
Jalen Hurts.
That's one of them.
Cool. Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
Damn it.
I'll give you 2 more guesses.
Nah, I'm not saying that name. Tua.
Nope.
Damn it.
You got one more guess. Try to get 2 out of 3.
Allen.
Yeah, Josh
I'll
Allen.
take 2 out of 3.
So it's number 1 is Mahomes.
Yep. Oh, yeah,
At,
easy one.
74.3% win rate. His record is 26-9. Number 2 is Hurts, right behind him at 74.2% win rate.
Holy shit.
He's 23-8. And then Josh Allen is third with 70.6% win rate, 24-10.
There you go.
So even though Josh Allen's been doing some dumb shit, he's been, he's still at the top. But going right into our Eagles, because Hurts is the second winningest QB since 2021. Just want to rub that into a lot of fucking people's faces that I know listen to this podcast. So, losers. But so we have Reed Blankenship and Kenny Gainwell. They do not participate in it's. They say do not participate in practice, but there's no practice today, especially in a short week. It's more just like they have to document who would have practiced and who wouldn't have. But Kenny Gainwell and Blankenship did not participate with ribs. So apparently Reed Blankenship's looking fine to make Thursday's game, but Gainwell they're considering.
Okay.
So keep that in mind when we go into waiver wires too.
Boston Scott may come in then even more.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Bradbury, he's in concussion protocol, so he's definitely not making it.
He's out, yeah.
So look for Josh Jobe to the other cornerback, the rookie one that we have to make a. That's going to be exciting if he does. If he does stuff for us, I'm excited to see that. And then Fletcher Cox, he's limited participant with ribs, but he's looking pretty
He'll be
good
fine.
Too. So yeah, like I said, Josh Jobe is someone that I'm going to be watching because he'll pretty much be taking Bradbury's place.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see that. But Bill, what do you think of the past game?
My heart, it was on the edge of it the entire time from beginning to end.
Yep.
The team looked great in the beginning. They looked like the Philadelphia Eagles from last year. Interceptions. Great running, great passing. Not really, but more great running from Kenneth Gainwell. And then something happened. I don't know what.
So I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum where they were up 16-0, but I immediately noticed the offense was weird.
Yeah.
Immediately. And it persisted throughout the game, and it was just something that just didn't look right. And as I was kind of sitting there watching a little bit, I was like, we're not taking deep shots down the field. We're doing short yardage runs, so it's not like a lot of the zone runs that used to be, or like I formation type stuff. And honestly, Kenny Gainwell did relatively decent. 3.9 yards per carry. You always want
54 in total off 14 attempts, though. It's not a lot.
It's not, but I mean, for kind of being the bell cow, because he was on the field for I think it was 64% of the snaps.
Yeah.
So he was the guy to go to. It wasn't DeAndre Swift with.
He only had one attempt at 3 yards, rushing wise though.
Yeah, but at 3.9 yards per carry, you always want to be a little bit above 4. Even like the run game just looked weird, and I kind of blame that on the fact that like a lot of the starters didn't play together in preseason.
Yeah, they didn't get the rush shaken off.
I think that showed itself on every single team week
Yeah.
one. Because it's like, yeah, you got to get the rust off. Like, unless you're like Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
Tom Brady when he was playing, like those types of caliber players, you need to play and knock rust off. You're not allowed to just. Even Patrick Mahomes played in preseason, and he looked fine. It was the rest of the team that looked like shit for that Thursday.
No, I agree.
But I didn't. The offense like bland and uninspired.
Yep.
Dallas Goedert only got targeted once.
I noticed. Yeah, Dallas did not get shit.
Yeah,
and whatsoever.
After the game, Sirianni was like, Goddard and Swift need to get more targets. The fact that Goddard only had one target and the whole game is wrong, and the fact that DeAndre Swift only had 3 opportunities all game is wrong.
Yeah,
he's the guy we traded for, and a lot of people thought was going to be the guy if he could stay healthy. But it led itself to this fun fact because Eagles, I believe, were top 5 in this category. Eagles had 62% of the drives end in 3 and outs. That's
I was going to say
atrocious.
They're only 4-13 on third down conversions, and they only tried once for fourth down and didn't get it.
That's atrocious.
It's also, here's the wild thing too. Total offensive yards, we had 251. Our one opponent so far had 382. We averaged only 4.1 yards off the 61 plays that we did. And while our rushing was better, we had 97 over to 76 yards of the Patriots. Mm-hmm. We only had 170 passing yards compared to the 306. So our passing was abysmal.
Our O-line was letting up a lot of pressures. Lane Johnson, who
that was bad.
He let up, I think, was 9 pressures.
Yeah, it was bad.
To put this into perspective, the New York Giants, who got smacked,
they did
4-0, had a better. They only 58% of their drives ended in 3 and outs. Ours was 62.
That's not good.
And AJ Brown actually said this after the game too. He's like, if we face the Patriots are a good team.
Yeah.
If we face any other better team that
getting smacked,
we lose.
Yeah.
100%, and that can't happen, especially in this league, who you're expected to be the one to beat.
I agree.
I mean, I think they do right that ship. Thursday.
Yeah.
Because it's eerily similar to last year's week 1. Last year's week 1, it was the defense that was letting us down.
Yeah.
But the offense was on fire. Now this year, the defense was on fire.
Yeah.
Even towards the end, I was a little upset because they started playing very passive.
Yeah.
It was.
Stuff. Yeah, I hate when they go passive that way.
But you know what? They locked it down towards the end. That's
credit
what matters.
Yeah, credit to Reed Blankenship, who is now leading. I mean, it's only one game, but leading the defense right now at 9 solo tackles.
Holy shit.
9.
Yeah, because the next one is Nakobe Dean, who got injured, and he's at 4.
Him, Nakobe Dean, Justin Evans, and Avonte Maddox all have 4 solo tackles.
Reed, he's so fun.
Reed is going to be our greatest defensive person
He was an undrafted free agent.
I know, it's nuts.
It's crazy to me.
Diamond in the rough. But we have to talk about the true MVP that kept us alive.
100%. He was Sirianni brought him up at the after the little
he better got a goddamn game ball.
Go ahead. This is your boy.
This is my boy. He is number 4. He had 2 50 to 59 yard field goals and 1 40 to 49 yard field goal, with one of those field goals being a doink off the pole into the in between the goalposts.
Yep.
My man Jake Elliott.
He was on fire.
Gave us 9 points that kept us at least up by 8 or at least by 5 at one point to force it to happen. It was 8 at one point.
He is automatic when it's anything above 50 yards. It's automatic.
Easy money. 40 to 49. Okay, we may have a little struggle here or there, but when it's anything shorter than that, like a fucking extra point, he misses because he missed an extra point.
It's scary. Whenever we actually got into the 30-yard line where it's 45 yard.
Oh, he did make that. He made 4 field goals.
He made that, but he missed an extra point.
Yep, I did miss. He did make one between 30 and 39, but that don't count. So 4 field goals.
He's going to be one of our better all around kicker for in history.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I expect the game plan to be a lot different. I expect them to actually take shots down the field.
Yeah, I want him more.
If Gainwell is healthy, comes back from the ribs, and they're he's good. I actually think they kind of lean on him a little bit more. Start getting him more on the outside runs and stuff like that. Definitely going to get Swift involved. But if not, I expect a heavy if he's out, he can't play. I expect Penny to be active.
Yeah.
And I expect him and Swift are going to be a scary fucking duo. And that kind of leads into the TD props I have, Russ.
So, there you go.
Real quick though, for Thursday, it's the Eagles versus the Vikings. Eagles are home,
and we will be there live.
We will.
We're not going to record live, but we're going to be there live in action to watch the game.
We physically can't record that live. That's legal.
Is it?
It is.
Oh.
Yeah. But
yeah.
But the line is Philly -7, over unders 49.
I say take the over.
I'd actually probably say take the under.
I have a feeling this is going to be a fucking bananas game.
Yeah, I think the Vikings definitely don't get shit on like last year.
Yeah.
They're Kirk Cousins did have an iffy week last week, but their offense is already a little bit better.
Until Darius Slay comes in and gets another interception on him.
Dude, that'll be so
That
fun.
was so amazing last year.
So I was very curious about getting the Eagles' defensive score.
Yeah.
But I decided against that. But I have some TD props for you. I put these all in a parlay, but I have their individual amounts too.
Good.
So for Rashad Penny to score a touchdown anytime, he's plus 340.
Not bad.
Not bad, especially if Gainwell's out.
Yeah.
If he's like inactive, it's just a void thing. You get your money back. So you know what? Screw it. Might as well.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison, he's plus 210.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then T.J. Hawkinson, plus 255, so it's looking pretty good there. And then if you put them all in the same game parlay, they're plus 2,000.
That's a good money right there.
So I think that's a pretty good parlay. I got $5 on that. But this is the one that I'm actually really, really, really excited for. So I genuinely believe that if Gamo's out, they lean heavy on Rashad Penny.
Yep.
And Rashad Penny to get 2 touchdowns. Can you tell me what his odds are? Don't look. I swear to God, if you look.
I didn't look. Plus 5,000.
Plus 10,000.
Oh, really? Wait, who is this?
Rashad Penny.
Okay.
If he scores 2 touchdowns, he's plus 10,000 on a $10 bet. Can you tell me how much that is, Bill?
Well,
use your math. Use your big brain of yours.
$10 for plus 5,000.
Plus 10,000.
10,000. Isn't that $5,000? Or is it $50,000?
Where is there a 5 in that?
I don't know. $10,000.
That would be on a $100 bet.
Oh, so 10,000.
$10
so it's 1,000.
Yes.
1,000. Okay.
Stop thinking 5,000.
No.
But I have $10 on that.
Okay.
So I'm really excited for that. I don't want Gainwell to be hurt, but I mean like $10 for try and get him two touchdowns.
I mean the Eagles defense. If you get 2 pick sixes, it's plus 6,000.
If they get 2 pick sixes,
yeah,
they have more of a chance to score 2 touchdowns than Rashad Penny.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me. I guess so, but I don't like.
Nah, that. Rashad turned down the plus 3,500.
Oh, really? I got it. Let's go. I got it at 10,000.
There you go.
See, people are starting to think. I wonder if there was news about Gemo then.
Probably.
But regardless, so you guys waited all this time for some waiver ads, and you know what? I'm going to reward you. Puka Nacua, he's a wide receiver for the Rams. He's a rookie. He popped off this week. And a lot of people are going to be trying. He's going to be one of the harder waiver ads. I would highly recommend trying to get him. He's only rostered in 11% of leagues based off of sleepers, so I highly recommend getting him. If Gainwell is not injured, he's only rostered in 36% of leagues.
Really?
Which I think is very low. But, yeah, a lot of people thought Swift or Penny would be the guy, so highly recommend trying to get Kenny Gainwell. Another one I would recommend, Joshua Kelly.
Okay.
Austin Eckler's hurt. And even when he wasn't hurt, they were splitting carries and they were both popping off. So I think that's a really good ad. He's only rostered in 7% of leagues based off of sleeper. Zach Moss is another running back that you should look into too. He's only rostered in 13% of leagues, and he's coming off of injury. The Colts, I feel bad a little bit because I was roasting this guy consistently throughout all Sunday's bout because he had 18 rush attempts and 8 or 9 passes, and he only amassed 34 yards, which is abysmal. So he's definitely on a short leash, and with Zach Moss, who was originally planned to be the guy, if Jonathan Taylor didn't, come back, which he hasn't. So I think that's a high, priority for running back. For QB-wise, I was surprised to see this. Jordan Love is only rostered in 39% of leagues. So if he's in your league, I would highly recommend it. He popped off his first week. He looks real good. So that Green Bay team's going to be fun to watch. And then here's a fun little one that I noticed. So Greg Dulcich, he's a Denver tight end. He's hurt.
Okay.
The backup, who did pretty well, Adam Troutman, he is rostered in 0% of leagues.
Really?
0% of leagues. And I saw that, and I thought that was fucking nuts.
That is nuts.
I thankfully don't need a tight end, but for people, I don't know if you need one, Bill, or, whoever.
I might, honestly.
0% of leagues. So I highly recommend taking a look at him. Bill and I, we had a bet.
I owe you money, don't I?
$20. You owe me $20 because I beat your ass this week.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
So Bill and I face each other this week. I'll let you know the exact score, which was my team's name is Where's Your Hall Pass because I have Brees Hall. We scored 106. Bill's Jake Elliott fan club, he scored 75. Literally, last night was going to be the deciding factor. Was who did better, the Bills or the Jets? I had Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, the Jets defense. He had Josh Allen and Damian Harris. You can take a guess what happened there.
Yeah.
So, pay up, bitch.
I'll Venmo you.
And then I actually have some really cool things that I saw on Twitter as we were going through this. So Lane Johnson, the big boy he is, by the way, he has like an 8-pack, which is crazy.
He does. It's insane. He's built.
He eats 5,000 to 6,000 calories a day, which is disgustingly a lot of food.
It is a lot.
Staying on the Eagles too, so there was the interior pass rush, like the fastest to get off the interior D line and get to the person. Eagles had the top. There was out of the top 5, they were the top 3. Jalen Carter was number 1. Fletcher Cox was number 2. Milton Williams was number 3, which is fucking disgusting.
It is.
The D line is exactly what we thought it would be, so I'm excited to consistently see them go after some QBs.
I'm mad at DraftKings.
Why?
Because I want to do a special teams prop.
Yeah.
Where I take Jake Elliott on the over for all 3 things of field goals made over 1.5, kicking points over 7.5, and PAT, which I'm assuming is something else, is over 2.5, and it won't let me take it.
Really?
Nope, because it's not a same game parlay.
You hit the.
It doesn't come up.
It doesn't.
Watch.
Oh, that's stupid.
So when you click same game parlay.
See, because they knew people would be coming up with stupid shit.
It is stupid shit, but I want to do
it's stupid shit that would hit.
Yeah.
Sticking on the Eagles now.
Keep going.
So,
yeah.
There's for some reason this thing where Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have been quietly hanging out.
Oh no.
And there was this one person who was like, we all know she's playing the long con. She's pretty much her and Travis are gonna really start kicking it off. She's gonna sabotage the Chiefs. Eagles gonna win a Super Bowl. But I thought what was even funnier was someone went, he's handsome, unproblematic, and has his own money and a stable job. So we know for a fact she is talking to him.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be an interesting thing to see if that ever comes up during fucking some TV broadcast, because they'll definitely bring up stupid shit.
Oh, they absolutely will.
But to end on the fun one, for some reason, on Reddit, or on Philly's Reddit, there's Italians straight up asking if Citizens Bank Park would allow them to bring in some spaghetti in a bag. The exact statement is, with the state of long lines and overpriced concessions,
which is very true,
Citizens Bank Park would allow me to bring in some spaghetti in a bag. I fucking love Philly, dude. This is actually a genuine comment.
And then they said opted in for some pasta salad. They updated. They said opted in for some pasta salad. There was some left over in the fridge, and they let me in, no questions. They 10 out of 10 would recommend. So I'm bringing in food from now on.
Oh, 100%. Also, we know the deal. You have to sacrifice a few beers.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
We won't speak names, but this man played 5D chess, and he could have let it in. He could have got him in. They were like, hey, just make it so that we can't see it. And he still threw them out thinking it was 5D chess.
It literally, I was like, wait a minute, before we go in. and then we can, set you up and you can waddle in with your 3 cans.
I told him I'll just chug it straight there, but he committed to it.
He did commit.
But yeah, that's there was a lot that happened.
Yeah.
And then Phillies, we're hoping that they can get to 90 wins, but I think they're 2.5 over the Cubs, and then 5.5 in general for a playoff spot, for the wild card. So. Looking for them to kind of stick strong, which is what they've been doing. But the Braves is going to be a tough test. But please remember to reach out to us at our email, billandajmedia@gmail.com, and also reach out to us on our Twitter at AB Sports Media. Once again, my name's AJ.
And I'm Bill.
And get the hell out of here. That was a lot. Bye.
If gambling has become a problem for you or for someone you know, please call 1-800-GAMBLER to seek free, confidential 24/7 problem gambling assistance. You can also text support to 53342 to get more information about problem gambling